Reviewing a true wireless is somehow a little bit harder for me than a normal IM because it's not all about the sound, but rather it's more about the functionality and also the practicability of this true wireless. So it's simply not all about the sound, it's more about convenience for me. So yeah, hello and welcome to After Sound Review, and this is an IM, a true wireless IM, that is somehow I did not expect that I would use them this often. Yeah, I really often use them daily. And first of all, thank you for Geekyaudiostore for sending me this review unit. And if you are interested in this IM, this true wireless IM that I reviewed today, you can find the buying link in the description below. And just like usual, I will break down this review from the build, fit, feature, frequency response, and sound quality. And this Mi X20 costs around $99. Well, in terms of build quality, I think this is just like a usual true wireless. It's all made of plastic, but I really like this kind of triangular rounded edge of this shape of the cover. And here's the true wireless. You just open it like this and it's already on the pairing mode, and they are actually looks a little bit bulky on the headpiece itself, on the housing, and it has a little bit of stick just like an AirPods here. Yeah, just like this. And on this part it is a touch panel for you to control. So yes, it's for tap control. It's really easy. You can find no button here. It's just all tap control. Yeah, and it's all made of plastic mostly. I really like how they fit in my ears because they are simply very small, even though they're on a little bit bulky side around this part, but honestly it feels really great. So yeah, it's very stable and I could wear them for hours without any itch or anything strange. I just can use them daily. So when it comes to the feature of this true wireless IM, this true wireless IM with the case, it can hold for 25 hours. So the battery life, yes, the battery life is amazing. In fact, I have been using them daily. Maybe I have been using them for around 2 to 3 hours daily. Yeah, it definitely depends on the situation. And in fact, I haven't charged them, and it has been a week, I believe, but I haven't charged them. So yeah, the battery life is simply good. And the thing that I really like about this true wireless IM is the noise cancelling. The noise cancelling, you know, personally I have tried a lot of noise cancelling true wireless IM, such as from the Sony or maybe the Bose, but the thing about active noise cancelling that I never like is because I don't know why, but every time I turn on the noise cancelling, it somehow kind of push my head. It somehow kind of crush my head a bit. I don't know why, but it always gives me this dizziness whenever I turn them on. But it doesn't happen with this Mi X20. I cannot explain why, but that's just what it is. And the operational of the, to turn on the active noise cancelling is very, very easy. Just tap them for around 2 seconds and then you will hear ANC on, or you can also just tap them for 2 seconds and you will hear the ANC off. It's just as simple as that. And yeah, the tap control is really easy. It's just similar to the other tap control true wireless. Tap once for play and pause song, also for answer calls, and also you can tap 3 times for next or previous song. The right one is for the next song, while the left one is on the previous song. But I think that's all about this, the control of this Mi X20. Overall, it's relatively easy, but yeah, I really like somehow that active noise cancelling that doesn't crush my head. Again, personally, I don't know how to objectively explain why that happens in the usual active noise cancelling. I feel that my head is being pushed and a little bit crushed, but it doesn't happen with this. And yes, you could hear that the noise cancelling, when you turn them on, it suddenly become more quiet. It just simply works fine. It doesn't sound as, I would say, as quiet as the Sony, but for me, because I don't feel that crushed feeling somehow, I really like the active noise cancelling, especially when I'm in maybe airport or some busy situations like that. Now let's just talk about how they sound. Right from the beginning, I wouldn't say that they are the best in terms of sound, especially at near 100 price point. It's literally $99 price point. And if you take a look at the frequency response, it is mostly somehow a neutral IM, but it's rolled off on the treble and also the bass side. So yeah, you wouldn't get a really good extension on this true wireless. But on return, you actually get a really non-fatiguing kind of sound because the bass is not really pushed, it's not emphasized, the mid-range is also relatively on the warmer side, and the treble is not on, again, it's not on the brighter side. So it is mainly a non-fatiguing but somehow a restricted kind of frequency. You mostly hear maybe around the mid-bass to mid-range area, but you don't really hear a lot of trebles going on. But on the return, you get that a really non-fatiguing kind of sound that I personally somehow really like it. Let's talk about this kind of unique feature that I found. It's not a feature, sorry. It's a unique characteristic of this true wireless I am from this Mi X20. I mean, here's the thing. When I want to use true wireless I usually not searching for the best sound quality. Yeah, maybe that's only for me, but yeah, that's just what it is. I'm personally looking for more of a convenience. I'm looking for a true wireless that I could simply use them in my pocket. I could whenever I want to use them, it just easily pops out from the case, and I could wear them easily, and I could use for hours without any fatigue, and also maybe answering some calls, and also you know, joining some meetings with using only true wireless, so I don't need to use my wired IMs or any wired mics. So, and for me, this Mi X20 somehow really served that purpose really well. You know, because of that non-fatiguing kind of sound, I grab them somehow more often than this KZ-VXS that I personally, objectively saying about the sound of this KZ-VXS is more extended, it is more energetic, it is somehow more clearer, but I don't know, because of those factors that I've mentioned, especially when I'm picking a true wireless, I find myself using this Mi X20 really often. Just another kind of thing that I want to share with you, just one of the best sounding true wireless that I've ever tried, around $100 price point, is the LiPertec TV. But because of how hard it is to use, you know, it's using touch, it's not a tap control, but it's more like a button control. But the button, it's on the faceplate of the true wireless, and you need to really push it because it's kind of hard to push somehow. So whenever I want to use that button, I really it's like shoving them more into my ears, and that's not a really that's not a really good experience. And that's even though I objectively saying that LiPertec TV is one of the best in terms of sound, I never find myself wanting to buy it because it's just simply not convenience. But it's different from this Mi X20. It's just a really convenience, but and non-fatiguing kind of sound. You get that really nicely non-fatiguing kind of sound, very smooth. I hear no sharp edges anywhere. Yes, you do lose some edges actually. You lose that sub bass and you lose that a lot of sparkles on the treble side. But again, for me, it's non-fatiguing and it's just enough in terms of sound for me. The bass, I could hear the mid bass quite good, and it's quite fast actually, but it doesn't really go deep. It doesn't really go that punch. It's more like, so it's not really deep, it's not really tight either, but you can hear the bass. It's not, I know, it's, if you are a bass head, I wouldn't say that this is I would say that yeah, this is simply not for you if you like that kind of punchy bass. And the mid-range is mostly on the warmer side. I find but the good thing, I find no nasal kind of sound, especially on the female vocals. Also, I think that even though it lacks a certain brightness, it lacks a certain bite for the sound, for the female vocals, but I find no shoutiness, or I don't find any sibilance in a lot of music. In fact, I never hear any sibilances from this true wireless. So again, it's a non-fatiguing experience, but sometimes it is, I believe it might be too safe for some, because you get not a really extended treble. The treble is simply almost dark. I would say it's not dark, but it's almost dark. So the cymbal crash feels limp. It doesn't sparkle as it should be, and also the violin, and you know, you don't really hear those kind of airy notes there. So yeah, overall the tonality of this true wireless IM is simply on the warmer, and yeah, it's not a fatiguing sound, but it's lacking extension on both ends. But again, because of how easy to use them for me, for my daily needs, I can't help but I think that I really like them subjectively. But objectively, for me, you need to try them first, because it's in sonic, I mean in terms of sound quality, it's simply not as good as some of the competitors like the Lifeprotect TV or maybe the Samsung Galaxy Buds. Even I would say that in terms of sound quality alone, those true wireless that I've mentioned is better objectively in terms of resolution and both extension on both ends of the frequency response. But because of how easy for me to use them, I don't know why, but I really grab them much more than the yeah, you know, like the VXS or the Galaxy Neo Buds. Okay, I think that's all I could say about this true wireless IM. If you are interested, and if you are like me, and I want to say this again, it's more of a subjective review maybe this time, but objectively saying, yes, it lacks some lots. Maybe it lacks sub bass, it lacks treble extension, it lacks separation, it lacks you know, that simply resolution at that $100 price point. If you want sound quality, go buy wired IMs at $100. You might even buy the plainer Dioko that has objectively saying it's just simply a much better in terms of sound quality. But if you want convenience, you want battery life, you want active noise cancelling that doesn't really crush your head, it doesn't really give that sensation, and it has this kind of non-fatiguing sound, for me, this Mi X20 served that purpose really well. And I think that's all I could say about this true wireless. I hope you enjoy my review. And again, if you want to try yourself, and if you are like me, just need those kind of things when you are using true wireless, you can find the buying link in the description down below. I think that's all I could say. See you next time. If you have any question, please write down in the comment below. Bye bye.